What's happening, friends? Thank you guys for hanging out. You can call us 877-77-BOBBY. That's our phone number for questions or comments. 877-77-BOBBY.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
Tragedy in Houston at Travis Scott's Astro World concert. A stampede happened, left 8 people dead. And so I watched a lot of these videos because there were so many stories happening around what had actually happened during the show. And so Travis Scott, here's Sicko Mode, one of his songs. Massive festival, concert. You see when he's on stage, 2 guys come up to him and he's talking. He's like, what? Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. And he continues on with the show after he realized something was off. There was an ambulance in the crowd. But you're talking about there were so many people. And so he continues to perform. There was a push of people. 300 have been injured. 8 people are dead.
Crazy.
I mean, he continued the show. There were signs of trouble, the news said, before the concert even began. 50,000 people filled the venue. At around 9 p.m., people began surging toward the stage. People started getting crushed. Panic ensued. 11 people went into cardiac arrest, were rushed to the hospital. More than 300 fans went to the field hospital near the venue. Someone working the festival tells TMZ people were hopping on camera platforms, begging the concert staff to end the show after the stampede. And there was the stampede, and he did see that in the crowd and continued to go on with the show. And again, I wanted to watch it just so I would know when I came on here this morning, to the best of my ability, what had happened. I wasn't there, obviously. But he watches and he's like, all right, we're going to keep going. Put your middle fingers up to show me you're okay. And so not everybody, but most of and then he just continues going with the show. Now, he stopped the show a few times during the set, but never actually stopped the show. And so now he's getting sued. Drake is getting sued.
He was there too.
Yeah, he performed with him right before or something.
I think the promoter's getting a lot of people are in trouble at this point as they still try to figure out what was going on. There was another story going around, and this, to me, isn't why the collapse happened. And I think for a bit, people were trying to make this the main story, but someone was pricking people with something and they were passing out. Did you see this?
I saw that there was a security guard that possibly got pricked in the neck and passed out.
Yes. So a lot of rumors on social media about this. It's a concert, but it's a festival. Is it a one-night festival?
It was supposed to be 3 days, but it got canceled on Friday. They were after, obviously, this.
That's why it didn't make sense to me they were calling it a festival.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So here is Houston Police Chief Troy Finner during a press conference on Saturday talking about the prick.
We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. That is one part of it. The other thing that's very important, there were some individuals that were trampled, and we want to be respectful of that. But we just ask that y'all give us time to do a proper investigation.
I think at first people thought that might have been what triggered the stampede. I don't think people think that now. I think that was just something that was also happening that was crazy. Unfortunate, stupid. Here's Travis Scott the day after on his Instagram.
My fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need.
Travis Scott was arrested in 2017 for inviting fans to rush the stage. He has a couple instances of him going, let's go. He tweeted out once, like, you can't stop everybody from getting in, that kind of stuff.
I remember that.
It's so terrible. There's of the 8, some were just teenage kids. It's wild.
I was watching clips of other artists' stop shows. That was what was being shared a lot on TikTok, where Dave Grohl, there was a fight, and he stopped the whole show. Adele saw somebody fall down at a show, and she was like, stop the show. And they were just showing the juxtaposition of Travis Scott going, we're versus these other massive shows where people saw something and then stopped the show. But that is, it's a really awful story. A really awful story. And it continues to develop, but I can't imagine that he is able to do anything for a while.
No. I mean, no. I don't even know. Yeah, even that he was able to come out with a statement the next day or whatever it was on Instagram. I don't know. I just expected to hear a little bit more from him, but I know nothing about him other than that he's Kylie Jenner's whatever.
Yeah.
Baby daddy.
That is that story. I'll give you something a little lighter. You guys want a little lighter?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
If you're looking for something to make you feel a little squirmy, this guy's on a South African safari trip, and he sits on the toilet, and a snake bites his wiener.
No. What?
The man was forced to wait 3 hours to be flown to a trauma center 220 miles away. The injury was described as envenomation of the genitals. So they removed a bunch of dead tissue.
Wow.
They did a skin graft, and he's going to make a recovery.
Okay.
But some of his stuff rotted.
He's going to be okay, though. That's good.
That's unfortunate.
An asteroid the size of the Eiffel Tower is moving towards Earth.
Uh-oh.
Do we have anything good?
Like you said, lighter.
Hey, trust me, these are lighter.
That's true.
Here's another one. Best country in the world.
Is?
Not
Yes.
America, according
Oh,
to this.
no. What?
Where is it? Where do we need to go?
Something we've never heard of.
No, oh, no, you've heard of Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Heard of that place.
At number 1 is Germany.
Really?
Yeah, they ranked them on poverty, happiness of citizens, economy over the past 10 years. Like they did all and Germany's at number 1. Canada's at number 2. Japan's at 3.
Wow. And USA.
And Italy at 4.
My gosh.
UK at 5. France at 6. Switzerland at 7.
Oh, boy,
Whoa.
Not
guys.
going good.
Coming in on the Ocho, the United States.
Oh.
Number 8.
This may be the worst news we've ever done. Let's get out of this.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
All right, Walker Hayes, Fancy Like, Bobby Bone Show. I have a hot take on food. You're not going to like it.
No.
Had a discussion with Kaylin this morning. Hot take. We're talking about she wanted to make this for me for lunch. And I said, that does not deserve to go in the lunchtime section of the day.
Oh.
What?
She was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, no, there are compartments for food. So food hot take coming
Okay.
up next. And I'll grab your calls. Back in a second. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Had a pretty good weekend. Arkansas won.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, huge. Beat Mississippi State. Sat at home. I mean, that determines my whole weekend. However, I did tell Caitlin before the game, I said, I'm going to be much more mature about this game. If we happen to lose, I only need 1 hour.
Rather than the whole weekend.
The whole weekend. But I promised her, I said, I am not going to act 7 if we lose. And she even commented after the game that I wasn't yelling God dang it as many times and punching the couch.
Oh.
Even during the game. I'm honestly trying to grow up. Like, there's growth here. It's a struggle. I don't get that passionate about many things, but the things I get passionate about, I get extremely passionate about. That's one of them. Big win for Arkansas. So that was awesome. Yesterday, Eddie and his wife came over.
As fulfilling a bet.
Yeah, we had dinner last night. Eddie made a bet on the show. He lost, so Eddie came over and cooked. You can see it on my Instagram story at Mr. Bobby Bones. And so Eddie and I got tired last night.
We did.
And I was ready for Eddie to go, and Eddie was ready to go.
We had to, like, cut the party early. Like, both Bobby and I've never done that. I've always been like, Bones, come on. Why are you kicking us out? Like, let's keep partying. No.
It's daylight savings time, and I was feeling it.
Totally.
And so we had to go, like,
let's go, girls.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
And so, but they left last night, but we had a good time. But what happened was Eddie left the fajita meat and the fajitas that he cooked. And so this morning, waking up, and Caitlin doesn't always wake up when I wake up because it's so early. But she was like, hey, do you want me to make those fajitas for lunch for you when you come home?
Perfect.
And I was like, no, that's not a lunch food.
Why?
Fajitas are dinner food.
No.
Yes, and there are different categories of foods. Now, some of them overlap. And this conversation needs to reflect that. Because you could have eggs at breakfast. You can even put an egg on a thing for lunch.
What?
But really not a place for egg at dinner.
But you could put the egg on a burger or egg on a pizza. People do it.
Egg on a pizza?
Yes.
Oh, so good.
But that's not normal. That when someone says that someone goes, egg on a pizza, and you go, yeah, and then they're like, oh, you're eclectic.
Okay.
That's not a normal thing, an egg on a
Okay,
pizza.
Sorry. I just saw it on a menu this weekend.
There are certain things that only are in the breakfast category.
Mm-hmm.
Pancakes.
Okay.
Waffles. Now, cereal is tricky because sometimes you can have cereal after dinner, but you never have cereal at lunch, do you? Think about that.
I mean,
I don't know if we can all agree on any of this.
Oh, trust me. These are the rules.
The rules in your brain.
And
Yeah, that's
fajitas
weird, dude.
are not a breakfast food. They are not a lunch food. Now, a bowl with fajita meat and rice and beans at Chipotle could be a lunch food, but full fajitas are only for dinner.
Oh, my.
He's right.
What if you're at Chipotle and you get a fajita taco?
Then you're crazy.
You're
You should
eating
stop
dinner.
going. You should stop going to Chipotle.
Okay, it's only if it's a bowl. Can you eat what about eggs and steak for breakfast?
Oh, I've seen people do that.
That's okay.
Okay, but
Yeah,
so
steak and
egg
eggs
and
is fine.
fajita meat wouldn't work? If you have leftover fajita meat,
It's like a steak.
It's the same thing.
Egg and fajita meat.
Well, I'm saying if you have leftover.
No, but so is fajita bowl and fajita. But one goes at lunch and one goes at dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just don't feel this passionately about food categories.
I'm so passionate about food and when I eat too because I need to have eaten breakfast by 9:30 or I can't have lunch until 12:30 or 1. And then if I eat lunch after 1, I'm never going to have dinner on time.
Oh, wow.
So we live a schedule of us trying to hit certain points in the day so we can have the rest of our food at that time.
Are you the kind that can't mix their food on the plate, too? Like, the food can't touch each other?
I'm not crazy.
Okay. Got it.
That's like psycho killer stuff.
Or like if you have to eat one
Yeah, it's
food
fine.
and
No.
before you move on to the next, you have to finish the other one.
But there are categories that food fits. And fajitas, and Eddie, thank you for leaving them last night.
You're welcome.
Eddie's
You can have them for lunch.
Hey, no, for dinner.
Okay.
We will have them for dinner.
Right,
So what's your
probably.
plan for lunch now?
Also, here's the thing about Eddie's fajitas. He's great at making them, but he doesn't put cheese on them. I don't like vegetables. I don't like onions or peppers. So he wants me to just eat meat in a tortilla. And I'm like, dude, I'm from Arkansas.
I was told a long time ago that the meat without the veggies is not fajita.
I don't like the veggies. I don't like onions or peppers in anything ever.
Yeah, then you can't call it a fajita. That's what I heard back in the day.
So Eddie, he brought cheese over to the house last night because he knows I'm a little baby.
Hey, I did just for you.
And so we did fajita meat, cheese, put a little salsa on there, and it was awesome. And then we watched the game, watched the Titans beat up the Rams last night.
Yes,
It was-
we did.
It was pretty good. So, but that's the situation. I should make a whole chart out so you guys should know when to eat meals if you like.
Okay, we'll
You
do
can
that.
subscribe.
Okay.
I'll do a program like that Way Down program.
Oh, no.
man.
Way down workshop?
Yeah.
No.
Have you guys all seen the documentary now?
Yes.
Seen it.
HBO Max.
Wild. Crazy.
And they're coming out with 2 more episodes next year.
Yes.
For those that haven't seen it, it's about a woman who back in the 90s created a diet plan that she said, basically, the skinnier you are, the more godlike you are. and people subscribed. They bought it. They went to the class. Amy's mom took it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I was watching the documentary and I saw the workbook, I had flashbacks of watching my mom with her Way Down workbook. I texted my sister right away. My sister confirmed it. It's crazy because she marketed it to other churches across the country. Like 2,000 churches ended up, implementing this quote unquote Bible study as part of their program. And I could see how my church, it was before she kind of really got crazy and there wasn't the internet. There wasn't ways you could Google to learn more about people. It was like, oh, this Bible-based meal plan seems great.
Basically, it was, unless you're really hungry, don't eat.
Yeah, pray, fast.
And pray so the hunger stays away.
Yeah.
Well, she got so big, she then broke off and started her own church. That church is 10 minutes from where I live.
And it's more of a cult situation.
Oh, I mean, yeah. It seems like an exact cult situation.
Yes.
And so then they're making this documentary, and the people who it's about who run the church, they die in a plane crash.
Crazy. While they're making the
Like
documentary.
when the documentary's done,
Yeah.
basically, but they know it's coming. And so now the conspiracy theories are, 1, did they even die? 2, did they kill themselves? 3, what's happening with that church? Raymundo drives down to the church and tries to break into
Right,
it.
This
because
footage is going to be in the documentary, isn't it?
Didn't you allow them for the?
I said they didn't confirm if it's going to be there, so maybe.
But so some bodies from the plane. So it was her new husband was piloting the plane that crashed. They took off from a small private airport near Nashville, crashed into a lake in Nashville. So some bodies were found, but the wife and the husband, their bodies were not found. Is that correct? Because I heard that.
All the stories that I read didn't particularly identify anybody.
Oh. See,
But
that
there are
part's
different.
interesting.
But there. It just depends where you go read it.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe we need a coroner's office to confirm because.
Do we need that?
Well, I kind of would because in my mind, yes, it leans towards the conspiracy theory that they knew this documentary is coming out. She's in all kinds of legal trouble. Like there's lawsuits, craziness, and it's like, well, what's the easy way out? Let's pilot a plane. Let's crash it. I know how to keep us alive, hopefully, and then we swim out.
And if her husband's the pilot, because he was, they don't have to have pilots like check them in. No one else has to lose their life that's not involved.
Maybe we don't know who was actually on the plane because is the manifest correct?
The other people on the plane were also really high-ranking church members too.
I don't know.
So it's just all the
crazy.
conspiracy that's surrounding this church.
If someone from the plane crash is listening right now, call in.
Oh, can you imagine the news we'd sell that footage top dollar. Wow.
Have you driven by the church?
I'm scared to.
There's a huge billboard. Netflix put a billboard up with like,
No, not
What
Netflix.
is-
Not Netflix.
Yeah,
Not
Netflix did. Or not Netflix. It's HBO.
Yeah.
HBO Max did a billboard that says like, "Way down, watch it, stream now," right in front of the church.
I wonder if members from the church, like, because when you're in it, I get how, like, if you've been, depending on some people that spoke out in the documentary, they're like, look, I was in a desperate time. I kind of went in there. I didn't really know all that was going on. It seemed like well-meaning people. And you get brainwashed and you're there. And so I wonder if some people have been members and then they watch the documentary and they're like, oh, shoot, this is the church I go to.
I would imagine, like a lot of cultish organizations do, if they know something is coming, they can actually
Get ahead of it.
and go, this is what they're going to say about us. This is
and
why
it's
not true.
lies. Yeah.
I don't know because I'm not in that circle. I'm not a member of that church. But Ray went down, tried to get into the church, and then a car followed him. Mm-hmm. You said chase to you, but I don't know that you were going fast enough for a chase.
They circled me, and I pulled off to the side of the road, and that's when I started filming, and then they just went past me.
Were you scared at any time for your life?
I was definitely weirded out whenever Alexis is just flying around you, and it's on a Monday, and church isn't in session. Why is that car there? I thought they meet on the weekends.
People work.
It's a solid
true.
documentary, though. Mm-hmm. It's one of those two that you feel guilty for enjoying so much.
Oh, yeah, because people's lives have been ruined.
You have to disassociate the human part of it from entertainment. It's like watching a Ted Bundy documentary.
Oh yeah.
Where you're going, I'm really entertained by this because it's so crazy. But then you go, people's lives, people have lost their lives because of this psycho.
Yeah.
That you start to watch and go, I'm entertained by this person. Yeah.
And one of the parts that just really got me was two parents that were a part of the documentary whose daughter was kind of lured in by the church because of a boy she liked, and then the church got her own private cell phone, like a burner situation, so they could communicate with her without her parents getting in the way. And that's the part that really fired me up.
Me too. That made me sad.
I know. I'm like, no.
You guys can watch it on HBO. It's called The Way Down, W-A-Y. I believe her series was called The Way Down, WEIGH.
Yes.
Yeah, like
right?
Wait.
So it's a play.
Yeah.
So you can watch that. We did not watch Yellowstone live last night.
Me neither.
Did anyone watch Yellowstone live last night? Nobody
We
did?
have to stay up too
No.
late. All of our body clocks
Yes.
were too tired.
Well, the wives were partying at our house.
Uh-huh.
But Caitlin just texted me and said, hey, 2-hour Yellowstone we're going to watch tonight. Pretty excited to see.
with your fajitas.
Yep.
For dinner.
Fajitas in Yellowstone. That's right. We can do food hot takes, though, in the next segment because they're on the phone naturally. I didn't ask for them. But Kelly in South Carolina is on. Hey, Kelly, I'm going to let you go first. What's your hot take on food? Something you're going to say that's a big opinion that people probably aren't going to agree with. Go ahead.
Yep. Morning, studio.
Morning.
I cannot stand bacon on anything. I love the smell of it and like waking up to it in the morning, but it just tastes like burnt crisps of nothing to me, and I can't stand it.
It's weird that you like the smell, but you don't
like
like
the
to eat it.
taste.
Hang up on her, Bones.
Oh,
Yeah.
disconnect.
This is a terrible hot take.
Bobby, can you only have bacon in the morning?
No.
Well,
Wait. You can only have bacon in the morning unless it is on top or part of a lunch or dinner meat.
Interesting.
Like a
bacon
burger.
cheeseburger, right? You're not just going to eat bacon by itself for lunch or dinner. But if bacon is complementary to the main protein, have at it,
Fair
kids.
enough.
Have you ever been wild and had breakfast for dinner?
Yes, but that again, those are like outlier type situations.
Okay.
You feel like you're doing something wrong when you do that.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh,
So
this
it's
is
more
sneaky.
enjoyable.
Going to Waffle House for dinner.
Yeah, okay.
Like you feel like you're breaking the rules. I don't make the rules. Actually, I do. Food hot takes. You call us, you let us know. We'll take those calls, 877-77-BOBBY. Thank you, guys. We'll come back in a second. Food hot takes. We got a lot of them here. Let's talk to Jen in Wisconsin who wants to say something first. Jen, you're on the Bobby Bone Show. What's going on?
Hi. Want to say hi, studio.
What's happening?
Nothing. I just had a comment. What happens if you have leftovers for dinner and then your husband or your wife takes them the next day for lunch?
Yeah, leftovers are okay if you're saving money. See, here's the thing, too. If you're saving money by eating a different meal, then that's okay. I'm making this up as I go, Kels. I have no idea. Hey, thank you for that. However, if I'm eating lunch at work, I'm not going to want to take a full turkey dinner. I like a sandwich. To me, there are lunch foods. There are compartments. I have breakfast compartment, lunch compartment, dinner compartment.
Complicated.
Some of the categories cross over.
So you're not very,
don't.
breezy.
And you've known me for 20 years. How breezy am I?
But even with food and Caitlin having to meal plan because she's the cook of the family, she's really good at cooking, and so it's probably very stressful for her.
She knows I hate onions, and she knows that most things are cooked with onions
for flavor. Yeah.
Therefore, she has to cook and cut the onions so fine that I don't know, yet they are still. So think of that fine line. She has to cut if there's a single crunch, I don't like it. And she's like, you don't even taste it. But I'm like, onion crunch. I do not like this food. And so she cuts them so fine that I'm not able to taste them. Mm-hmm. We went to a Mexican place. There's 2 Mexican places near our house. One of them is the new fancy chain Mexican place. Another one is a Mexican place that a family owns. It's a little more rundown. We choose to go to the family one because we have seen the new one come in and take most of the business. So we go to the family one. And I get my chips and queso. That's my favorite thing. But I sometimes eat too many chips. So I have to make a deal with myself how many chips I can have before the meal comes because I'll be too full. Of
course.
And I ordered a burrito. Ordered 2 crunchy tacos, 1 burrito. No onions, no peppers. There were peppers in the burrito. Ruined my night.
Oh.
I didn't say anything back. I didn't send it back. I ate around it. Ruined my night. Wasn't the same.
Ruined your
Ruined my night. Well, I was looking forward to that burrito all day long. And I like queso on the burrito. So therefore, I was just eating tortilla with queso on it.
But sometimes there's peppers in queso. Does that ruin things?
That's okay. Let's go over and talk to Charles in Nashville. Charles, you're on the Bobby Bone Show. What's happening?
Good morning.
Morning.
So speaking of chips, I think the Frito-Lay company needs to leave all our potato chips alone. I've seen bacon and mashed potato flavor, dill pickle. And I think now they're talking about coming out with macaroni and cheese flavor just like they did with the ice cream. They just need to leave it alone.
Well, no, that sounds amazing.
Your hot take is they should leave chips alone and leave them generic?
Well, not generic, but more so like the regular flavors barbecue, sour cream, onion, sour cream, and cheddar. Just all these different kinds like dill pickle and bacon and mashed potatoes and these, the ones that Americans came up with, a long time ago in the contest. They just need to leave the potato chips alone.
Leave them alone. Okay.
Turkey and gravy. I've seen that one.
Oh, they're usually pretty good, though.
Yeah, no, I'm here for them. Mac and cheese chips.
But we're supposed to disagree with hot takes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's just,
my hot take is the dumbest thing I ever heard. And I hear a lot of stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm saying it and I hear it. What are you saying, Amy?
Well, we knew someone whose niece or something won the chip challenge.
Yeah, which
she
one
got
did they
$1
do?
million. I think
it was Toby Keith's manager's niece.
Biscuits and gravy
that's
or
right.
chicken fried steak.
That was really good, actually.
Something.
Tracy in Tampa, Florida. You're on the Bobby Bone Show. Tracy, what's going on?
Hello, happy Monday. Good morning, studio.
Morning.
Okay, I've got 2, but the first one, so have you never had cold pizza for breakfast?
I have, but that's about the only way you can pull off pizza. You can't heat up pizza for breakfast.
Really?
You can have cold pizza for breakfast.
Watch me.
I don't like having pizza for breakfast, but I've done it before. But cold pizza for breakfast only, no hot pizza for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can agree with that.
And then the other one, I think it's a Southern thing. It's the waffles with the chicken on top.
That's dinner.
And no. That's breakfast.
What?
It works because you put syrup.
breakfast.
You put syrup on it. Once syrup is added to anything, breakfast only.
Wow.
Can't do that at dinner.
Yeah.
Oh,
As soon as just a dab of syrup goes on, breakfast only.
Oh, okay. See, I don't want fried chicken for breakfast.
As soon as you go drop onto any food, it's like the towel after you shower. Once it touches my butt, the towel's dead.
Really?
Like the
we don't. Why is that the analogy? We're talking about food, and now we're talking about your butt.
But I'm talking about when
But it's
something
clear
is
as day, I
when
get
something
that.
is deemed this is
Okay.
concrete.
Yep.
Okay.
When you dab some syrup on something, breakfast only. When I dry my butt,
Towel's done.
towel's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Done. No, that towel does not come back.
Great analogy.
Neither does the breakfast.
I would beg to differ.
Hey, Tracy, thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy your fajitas tonight.
Okay.
For dinner.
For dinner, that's
Yeah.
right. Let me take Jessica in Wichita, Kansas. Jessica, you're on the Bobby Bones Show. What's going on?
Hi, studio.
What's happening?
Hi. I think ranch is the absolutely most disgusting thing. The smell of it, the taste of it. I worked at a pizza place for 12 years, and I still can't even touch it.
Ranch.
I love ranch.
Oh, ranch.
Oh, yeah, she's right.
Especially on pizza.
I'm okay with ranch.
Yeah.
It was an adult thing for me. As a kid, I hated it. But I hate mayonnaise so much that it was like mayonnaise's cousin.
Because of the color?
And so since it was related, and I didn't like its cousin, I hated it.
But they're not related. Okay.
But now I can do ranch a little bit. What's interesting about my wife is that she does not eat condiments at all, never has her whole life. Won't touch mustard, won't touch ketchup, nothing. No condiments. Never had one. Won't touch the bottle if I leave it out because she's like, I'm so disgusted by it. So there's your hot take there. No ketchup on French fries.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate that. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you as well.
Bye-bye. Brenda in Hot Springs. I'm going to put you on here as the last caller real quick. Hey, Brenda.
Good morning, studio.
Morning.
I can't believe Abby put me through. I was not expecting this.
Well, welcome to the party, baby.
Well, thank you. Y'all are so awesome. I listen to y'all every morning until I have to go into work.
Well, thank you. What can I do for you this morning?
Well, I was listening to the segment and hoping that y'all would hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. You kept going to commercial and you kept playing another song, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I wanted to find out what happened with the Beanie Babies and how much money you got.
Oh, what a segment. You got to go listen on the podcast because if you go and listen to today's podcast, you will hear Dr. Lori, PhD in appraisals, come on the show. Ray sold me 2 bags of Beanie Babies for $100.
Two huge bags.
I've been giving away to listeners like candy. Like I got a white van and I got a bunch of candy. That's what I've been giving them out like.
Oh, that's not good.
Your analogies today.
No, that's good.
I don't know.
No, the
And
butt
so
towel
she
one was
came
good.
on. I'm going to tell you this because I don't want to spoil the whole thing.
Oh.
One of the Beanie Babies was worth $500. Just one of them.
Yeah, like you definitely made your
Unreal.
money back and then some.
It was unbelievable, Brenda. So I hope you go listen to the podcast. One of my favorite segments in ages on this show.
I will most definitely go listen to it. All right. I love y'all. Listen to y'all every morning until I have to go into work.
Thank you very much. Well, we appreciate that. And thank you for taking the time to call because I know it's got to be kind of weird calling a radio show.
It's most definitely. Well, tell Abby thank you for putting me through. I didn't expect it.
You got it. I will express that to her right now.
All right. Bye,
All right.
studio.
Bye. All right. That's
Wow,
fun.
we've never done a
Abby,
big
she
bye.
said thank you. There you go. All right, let's play John Party, Tequila Little Time, Bobby Bones Show.